Hello, and welcome back to Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar, and I'm coming at you from the 256. In this one, we are going to talk about the conference championships for the NFL, the NFC and the AFC. We're going to talk about those two games. But real quick, if you do enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up, share the content, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, as well as everything else that I post. But let's get to the games, the matchups, and of course my prediction for the games. We got a rematch. Both games are rematches, but this one is a rematch taking place in the same stadium, exactly as it did in the regular season. You've got the 13-3 Los Angeles Rams, 13-3 New Orleans Saints, or 14-3 if you want to include both of their wins last week in the divisional round. But this game will take place on Sunday at 3:05 Eastern Time, 3:05 p.m. Eastern Time on Fox. Los Angeles Rams, New Orleans Saints rematch in the Superdome once again. This was where the Rams lost their first game of the season. The Saints handed them their first loss. They jumped out way ahead, and the Rams fought all the way back. I think it's 35-14, 35-17 at one point, Saints. The Rams fought back, but just couldn't come back all the way. We can actually check that score here. 45-35 was the final. Okay. But the Saints jumped all over them, quick, fast, and in a hurry. It was just too much for the Rams to overcome. We saw the Saints last week. They struggled, but they came back and they won. They won the game over the Eagles 20-14. The Rams, Todd Gurley, C.J. Anderson, absolutely gashed that Dallas Cowboy defense. They were up 30-15 until a late score by the Cowboys. They really took care of business for the most part in that football game. But I expect another good game here. The Rams, they want to run the ball. That plays right into the Saints' defense. Their run defense is great. Their pass defense is bad. Jared Goff, he could very well take advantage of that. He could throw the ball. He's proven to be I wouldn't say elite quarterback, but he's top tier right now. After he looked like he was going to be a bust, he's top tier. He can get the job done through the air. They don't necessarily have to have the run game to win a football game. The Saints, they want to run the ball. And obviously Drew Brees, he's going to throw the ball. But they want to run the ball as well with Kamara, with Mark Ingram. They obviously want to try to run it down your throat, and then obviously have Drew Brees, the all-time leading passer, throw the ball on you as well. I expect another good game here. I don't expect the Saints to jump out like they did in the first game. But unfortunately, Ram fans, I do think it's too much to overcome in the Superdome, and the Saints get the job done again. I don't think the Rams will be able to correct their problems enough to overcome what the Saints can do at home. Again, Sean Payton, Drew Brees never lost a home game together with the Saints at home. Never lost a home playoff game. And I don't expect that to happen Sunday. I expect an amazing game, a great game, what you would expect out of an NFC championship. But I do have the number one seed, New Orleans Saints, going to the Super Bowl. I expect a 38-31, 38-35, 38-34. I do expect the Saints to reach 38, somewhere in there, but I expect both teams to be in the 30s. Close game, but I think the Saints they pull one out over the Rams, and they advance to the Super Bowl. Now we'll get to another rematch. 6:40 Eastern. You got the 6:40 Eastern on CBS. You got the AFC Championship game between the New England Patriots and the Kansas City Chiefs. What a surprise that the Patriots are back in the AFC Championship game. Nobody would have ever thought that would happen. Obviously, that's a joke. But the Chiefs, they're playing the team that handed them their first loss, the Patriots, in Foxborough, though. That was a home game for the Patriots. They didn't lose a single game at home this season. Now they have to travel to Arrowhead. I know people have talked about cold. Some people have talked about cold, or it's been mentioned. But Bill Belichick and Brady have done this a million times. Cold to me for Brady and Belichick are non-factor. They'll be ready to play regardless. This game, the first time was 43-40. 43-40. Both quarterbacks absolutely lit it up. I expect the same thing in this one. I expect both quarterbacks to throw for 350, and I think that's on the short end. Both of them will probably push 400 yards. The Chiefs defense, they can't really stop much. The Patriots, they're 21st in the league overall, but Mahomes is he's a monster. They'll get the job done through the air. Uh, they'll put up they'll both put up numbers. Is what I'm trying to say. Um, the Patriots, they do want to run the ball a little more, especially with Sony Michel. You saw what he did last week. But I expect another game in the 40s between these two teams. Both quarterbacks 350 at minimum, I believe. Both quarterbacks will have multiple touchdown passes. I believe the Patriots are going to try to run the ball a little more because they're well balanced, especially this year with Sony Michel being more of a handoff, and then they have James White, who caught 15 passes last week, which tied a playoff record for receptions, and he's a running back. Obviously, he doesn't run the ball very much, so they just throw it to him out of the backfield. But I expect another high-scoring game, but I expect a different outcome. I expect the Chiefs at home. We saw them play in the terrible conditions last week. The field was a disaster, snow, bitter cold, and they jumped all over the Colts. I don't expect them to jump all over the Patriots. I expect another hard-fought conference championship game, just like the NFC. But I expect the Chiefs to eke them out. I think Mahomes in that offense, they just make one more play later in the game, and they score the touchdown that gets the job done. I'm going to go 45-41, 45-41 Chiefs. 45-38 is the biggest margin I would give, but I do think the Chiefs will get the job done. Both teams, I believe, will be pushing 40 points, or both be in the 40 points. It'll be another high-scoring, phenomenal game. Some people love watching the high-scoring games, and I believe we get 2 of them this weekend. But I do think both the number 1 seeds do advance to the Super Bowl, and I do have the Kansas City Chiefs meeting the New Orleans Saints in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, for all the marbles this season in the NFL for the Super Bowl. The Patriots, what they've done, they've gone on. You can't deny greatness. It is greatness what we've witnessed with the Patriots, what they do year in and year out. But I do think this year they do come up short and do not make the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs, with their second-year quarterback, his first year starting, Mahomes, he was expected to be good, but MVP good. Not a whole lot of people expected that, but they expected him to be good. But first year as a starter, and he's going to win MVP. Absolutely phenomenal what he's done. Obviously, it's phenomenal what the Patriots and Bill Belichick and Tom Brady do every year, no matter who they have. As long as they have Belichick and Brady, they're always going to be a threat. They are always a threat with those two. But I think the Chiefs get the better of them at home, since it's not in Foxborough. It's not a home game for the Patriots. I think the Chiefs eke them out. And like I said, I've got the Chiefs and the Saints for all the marbles in the Super Bowl. But that's all I wanted to say about those 2 games. Going to be 2 phenomenal games to watch. Can't wait for it. Can't wait to watch every second of both of these games. But that is where I will leave this one. This has been Spittin' Sports with Lamar. I am Casey Lamar. I look forward to seeing these games and talking to you guys later.